According to some new rumors about the next iPhone, the iPhone 6s, will the new iPhone have Force Touch technology, exactly as the Apple Watch has and the new touchpad on the 12-inch MacBook. And if that's true, think about the possibilities with such a display on the iPhone and later on also on the iPad. I mean, it will be awesome. For example, for gaming, you can have a lot better gaming controls by using controls directly on the display. And also for music creation, music making on iOS devices with Force Touch technology. I mean, you can play a piano directly on the display and use light taps for lighter sound and hard press for a harder sound on a touch keyboard, for example, in GarageBand or better music creation apps. And also the touch-based keyboards in iOS will be much better. It will feel more like a real physical keyboard when using a touch-based keyboard with Force Touch technology, exactly as the new touchpad on the 12-inch MacBook feels like it goes down when you're pressing, but it doesn't do that for real, but it feels that for the user. And this will be the exactly same thing with using a touch-based keyboard directly on the iPhone 6 and later on the iPad. So it will be much cooler and easier to have a nice feeling when using a touch-based keyboard in the future. And also all iOS apps, they will be much better because the buttons in the UI elements in these apps will have the possibility for more features. The buttons will do different things by feeling if it's a light tap or it's a hard press on the display. So the apps will have more features based on how you press on the display. So Force Touch technology is awesome, and I'm sure this will be the future for Apple's devices. iPhones, iPads, Apple Watch, and even on Macs, as you see, the touchpad and so on. And the latest OS X beta also have APIs for the Force Touch technology. So we will see a lot more coming apps for the Mac that uses the Force Touch technology in a completely different way than we are used to. And the Force Touch technology will also help the Touch ID, the home button on the iPhone or iPad, because you can build in features, the Force Touch technology, below the Touch ID button too, because then you, for example, doesn't need to lift your fingers from the home button when you want to lock up your iPhone, for example. You can just press harder down on the button and the phone feels that you do that, so it locks it up with your fingerprint instead of pressing the button and then release it. You don't need to do that in the future if Apple adds that technology to the Touch ID button. And you can also build in Force Touch technology in the home button to use in games or in apps. So for example, when gaming and you hold your finger on the Touch ID button, it will feel you will feel gunshots and so on when gaming, so you will have another experience when gaming and so on. So the possibilities here is a lot with the Force Touch technology. And who knows, maybe it will be possible to skip the home button totally and built in Touch ID feature directly in the display thanks to the Force Touch technology. So maybe we can have the same screen size on coming iPhones, the iPhone 7 for example, but the phone will be smaller because you don't need to have the home button anymore. Maybe that will be possible in the future with Force Touch technology. I am sure that Force Touch technology is the future for Apple's devices. Okay, that was my thoughts about the Force Touch technology and the coming iPhone. Maybe it will be called iPhone 6s, or maybe they skip that version and go directly to iPhone 7. I don't know yet, but we will see. Okay, bye.